I get guys calling me up constantly, absolutely frustrated, saying, "Mark, my pump's packed up again after 3 weeks. What am I doing wrong?" And I always ask them, "What are you spraying?" It's usually a standard Gardena or hose lock backpack, the kind of DIY kit you get at the local garden centre, and they're chucking sodium hypochlorite or heavy DDAC biocides straight into it. The simple reality is that standard rubber seals just cannot handle the corrosive nature of these chemicals. They perish, they melt, and then you're stuck on a job with a dead pump and a client watching you. If you're starting out, yes, you can swap out standard pumps for Viton sealed upgrades to get a bit of longevity, maybe 12 months if you're lucky. But eventually, even Viton will fail under continuous contact with concentrated chemicals. That's why scaling up your business means moving away from manual batch mixing in backpacks altogether. Think about what batch mixing actually looks like on a freezing wet Tuesday morning in the UK. You're trying to figure out the math in your head, maybe dividing a tank into thirds or quarters to hit a 3% mix on some block paving, and you're spilling concentrated bleach down your trousers because your hands are cold. It's messy, it's unsafe, and it's incredibly wasteful. You're either mixing it too weak, which means the black spots don't budge and you've wasted your time, or you mix it too strong and you end up bleaching the colour right out of a sensitive tarmac driveway or K-rend. That's why the jump to an automated system like the clever injector Dosatron is a complete game changer for a professional setup. It completely eliminates the batch mixing guesswork. The clever thing about these automated injectors is how they actually work. You've got a water-powered piston, like a syringe plunger, moving up and down inside. But here's the magic. The concentrated chemical doesn't actually touch the internal working parts of the pump. It uses an external injection pipe to draw the chemicals straight into the water flow. Because of that unique design, the pump virtually protects itself from the corrosive wear that destroys standard equipment. I've had my own injector running for over 11 years, and we've only had to change the seal kit once. Once a year, you just pop it in a bucket of water with some Calgon to descale it from the hard UK water, and it's good to go. You connect it directly to your hose reel or water-fed pole, dial in your ratio, and you're instantly applying the exact percentage of chemical needed for render, roofs, or patios, without ever touching a measuring cup. It saves you massive overhead on wasted chemical, and more importantly, it saves your back. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, because there is so much absolute rubbish talked about on the Facebook groups and forums. You'll hear people shouting, "Using sodium hypochlorite is illegal, you're going to jail." Let's get the facts straight. There has not been one single prosecution in the UK for a contractor using sodium hypochlorite to clean or sanitize an exterior surface. Not one. If you're mixing it on site with a surfactant like Cleverwash and diluting it down to clean render, you are not breaking the law. Where people get into trouble is when suppliers try to register and market a product as a registered biocide with the health and safety executive without doing the proper paperwork. But as an end user, your legal obligation under COSH and the Health and Safety at Work Act is about safety, competency, and environmental control. You have a non-negotiable duty to protect the public, your staff, and the environment. That means you must have safety data sheets, SDS sheets, readily available in your van for every single dilution you use. If a health and safety inspector rolls up on your job, you can't just shrug your shoulders. You need a written method statement and a proper risk assessment, what we call RAMS. You need to prove you've identified the hazards, like working at heights on roof cleans, slip risks on wet patios, and chemical runoff. And let's talk about runoff, because this is where the Environment Agency will absolutely nail you if you get it wrong. You cannot let sodium hypochlorite or heavy biocides run uncontrolled into surface water drains. Surface drains lead straight to local rivers and streams, and hypochlorite is highly toxic to aquatic life. You must block the downpipes, contain the wash water, and manage it responsibly. Remember my favourite rule: dilution is the solution to pollution. Rinsing thoroughly and diluting the chemical down to a completely inert level is your primary defence. But even if you do everything right, accidents still happen. A hose pops, a drum tips over on a driveway, or a gust of wind drifts overspray onto a neighbour's prize-winning rose bushes. If you don't have the right insurance, you are financially dead in the water. Standard public liability is not enough. You must ensure your policy explicitly covers softwashing services, and crucially, you need pollution liability. Most standard business policies have a pollution exclusion clause. That means if your chemical runoff gets into a local pond and kills some fish, your insurer will walk away, leaving you with a massive cleanup bill and potential prosecution. Don't be a cowboy. Get your RAMs documented, secure your pollution cover, upgrade your kit, and run your business like a true professional. All right, that's enough waffling from me today. Go check out the website at softwashing.uk. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.